call to order the Citizens Advisory Committee, January 8th, 2026. I'd like to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to do a roll call, but I'm going to go a little bit out of order. We're going to do number one quick because last time we had the meeting, we didn't put our mics on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Carolyn was not here, so there are no minutes because it wasn't recorded. So make sure you put your mics on, okay? And just know that everything you say can be heard. So, okay. So now you're gonna do roll call, Carol.
Perfect. Chairwoman Linda Rodriguez.
Present.
Vice Chairwoman Lori Simpson.
Here.
Member Christine Sullivan. Let the record reflect that Member Christine Sullivan is absent. Member Janet Slusars.
Here.
Member Rob Kenworthy. Let the record reflect that Member Rob Kenworthy is absent from this meeting, and Secretary Caroline Gonzalez here.
Did she call you?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. It must have been that.
I was out right after you.
Okay, thank you. We don't have any minutes to approve, again, because we didn't have the mics on last time, so there are no minutes to approve this time. That will be, we won't do that again, so. Comments from the chairwoman and members. We'll start with Miss Lori.
Well, our artists aren't here yet, so I guess I don't really have anything right now.
Okay. Carolyn.
I just want to say Happy New Year.
That's it. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Yeah. Janet.
First of all, it's nice to be back after a long vacation.
Yes.
Happy New Year to all, and I'm looking forward to digging in.
Just so everybody knows, about 9 years ago when I started coming to CAC, Janet was one of the original members up here on the CAC. She took a little hiatus for some personal reasons, and we're very glad to have her back.
Yes.
Very excited to have her back. So, welcome.
Thank you.
And I don't have anything that's not on the agenda. So we'll start with the agenda. First on the agenda is the protocol for recording the CAC minutes. I just spoke about that. So it was just that we make sure that when somebody is not here to push the button on the machine, that we make sure that we hit our mics so that it can be heard.
And then shut it off at the end of the meeting.
And shut it off at the end of the
meeting.
Yeah, because there was a lot of, so that was that. Discussion about non-residents joining the committee. That was come up from council. Council has permitted some non-residents in some other committees to join their committees. So we wanted to get the feedback and what you all think about that, if that's something that we want to do or not. Doesn't have to be, it's just a suggestion. So that's why we want to bring it up for conversation.
I mean, why would you do that? Why would somebody want to do that? What's the
Well,
benefit?
It would, like, for instance, for the events committee,
Okay.
they have got people that are not
Yeah, I can see with
citizens
that.
for the events committee because they have different expertise that
Right.
some of the residents either don't have or haven't volunteered for the thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only. Is that the only? Who am I looking at? Is that the only? I don't know. Yeah, that's the only committee that's got non-residents. I think, right? Is the events committee?
The historical committee has non-residents as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Only because we wanted to pull some from
West
from
Pasco.
Newport Richey and West Pasco Association.
Okay, but those are the only two, right? So that you know if that's all I remember.
To my knowledge, those are the only two.
Yeah. I mean, since this is a citizens advisory committee, I would think we would need to remain to just citizens.
I agree.
I mean, we can certainly, if the non-citizen would like to come and come to the audience and make suggestions or questions, always, everybody is welcome to come, not a problem. But to be sitting on the committee, I just don't know if that's something that I would be for.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
I agree totally.
I agree.
All right, so I guess we probably should at least make a motion to
A motion to make a rule that the members of the Citizens Advisory Committee have to be a citizen of Port Ritchie.
Need a second?
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we'll just keep it with citizens. I heard like businesses and stuff like that,
I
right?
thought maybe somebody isn't a resident of the town, but they own a business in town. That might be a voice that maybe that's why that was suggested.
We can certainly, I would say as a rule, we keep it this, but if a resident, a business owner wants to, we could look at that on an individual basis.
Yeah, it's just not trying
Yeah.
to cause trouble. Just
Yeah, no
maybe
trouble.
that-
I appreciate the input. So I think we can look at it on an individual basis at that point if that's the case. We only have one artist here so far.
Yeah, I had confirmation from two
Yeah.
others, but I don't see
Well,
them
why don't
here.
we let Agata start her presentation? And when the others come in, we can certainly let them jump in, no problem. This is for the mural on Oldsner Park Wall that Laurie has been very diligently working on for a year and a half or 2 years, trying to get this up and running. And it's a great project. So we were finally able to secure a couple of artists to give us hopefully some presentations and some bids. And so I was able to meet with Agata. So I haven't seen what she's brought, but she's,
Talked about it.
yes, we did. Come on up.
It's the-
If you just give your name and address right up here, if you don't mind, Agata. Thank you.
From here,
Yes. Thank you.
my name is Agata Bębecka, and I run my mural business, which is called Pushing Wall Studio. And my address currently is in Holiday
Mhm.
at 1200 Tamarack Drive.
Thank you.
And I have copies for everybody because I printed out. Wait,
Okay,
let's see what
perfect.
I do.
Thank you.
And these are like booklets, but they
Mhm.
make really sense to be printed on both parts of the pages. I'm running out. You might have to share.
Oh, it's okay.
Really, you don't want to see it?
We want to see, but we'll share.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
All right.
Wow, that looks awesome.
So yes, so this is why I'm so excited because it really the 100-foot mural. It allows to tell a story, which is not just contained in one image, but you can let the images flow and tell kind of the story of this area. So it's educational, but it's not didactic. It shows you. I do delineate. Do you want to just go through it, like?
Sure.
So what we spoke about
Mhm.
is to cover that wall that runs the entire length of the park on one side of the park. And it's kind of like a backdrop to the play area, the sitting area, and it runs all the way down to the beach area. The elements that we discussed is, for sure, we wanted 3 portraits. Martha Olsner, for whom the park is named,
Mhm.
being one of them. Captain Ritchie, the founder of the town is named, whom the town is named after, and the portrait, which of course would have to be imaginary, of a Native American tribesman of the Weedon people who would have occupied this area in the days past. The other elements were the 3 seals on the portrait, so the seal that's hanging right here, so the portrait seal, then the commemorative centennial seal, as well as the newly designed city logo. And another element that we wanted to contain is a pelican, which is the city mascot. Everything would be tied together with the natural landscape and flora and fauna of Florida State. So we would have that, the images would flow from one another, being tied by the vegetation and wildlife, fishes, and different flags. Some were incorporated into the composition. And also, you mentioned, Linda, at the very end, that you would like the Welcome to Oldsner Park,
Mhm.
written in Victorian script specifically. This is what we have here.
Mhm.
And I wanted to design everything. So what we're seeing underneath the Welcome to Oldsner Park, this is obviously just a concept idea. This is how I imagine the flow of the images to happen, but these are not finite rendered sketches. This is just to give you an idea. So we start with the Olsner Park signage. We keep everything in a color scheme that doesn't fight the environment, but it's going to be for sure more punchy and more vibrant than what we see here. This is kind of just like a really basic sketch. And that will be surrounded with, the jungle, the palm trees, the flowers, and that flows because this first section of the mural is kind of covered by the bathroom building.
Yes.
We don't really want any prominent elements to be painted over there because it's kind of not going to be as visible. So we're just going to have the vegetation flowing from that side. Then we're going to tell the story almost linearly. So what happened in the old days? So we'll have the imaginary view, but really based and rooted in history. So I started doing some research. I have an interest in archaeology regarding this. I'm actually going to the Whedon Preserve, the Historical Society, and they have the dig. So they're constantly digging and learning new things about this. And I'm sorry that it didn't happen earlier because it's happening tomorrow. So I'm actually going to touch the artifacts and sort them, and I hope to learn a lot more of. We know for sure that this culture used to be based in fishing, and this is how they sustain their living. And I had an idea of perhaps representing the Indian Island Indian as a woman instead of the warrior. What came out is a warrior because they just have like cooler things. But we can change that, and that's flexible. So the figure will be prominently, in the forefront. In the background, we'll have the village life of the Native Americans. Then we flow into the pilgrim days. So again, there's a transition that happens through plant life and foliage. And this is what I imagine just from old pictures. There's not a remaining picture that I could find of what Captain. There is a remaining photo of his house that he bought in the 1800s, but I couldn't find the photo of the general store that he ran, out of which he opened the post office, which was the first local post office. So I just symbolically represented it by the horse-drawn carriage with the U.S. mail stamped on it, because this is how they were distributed the mail back then. And this is where I entered the American flag. Sorry, my voice is shaking because I'm not used to speaking.
You're doing wonderful. Thank you.
So this is the background of the pilgrims of the first, settlement of the area. And this is the perfect time to enter the forefront portrait of Captain Ritchie. And then to follow it with the city seal, because it just logically flows into it. He is the founder of this thing. And then my favorite, Martha Olsner. Okay, so she was such a character. First of all, I'm not even sure. If you look closely, so when I read Olsner Park, because we're so used to in our culture that most things and most prominent figures, especially historically, have been men, I immediately imagined some masculine figure. So to learn that this was a woman and what she did, so she preserved the local Indian mound next to it because it was on her property and she really fought for it to be preserved. I love her. She was a larger than life character that participated in all strata of the social life of this community, and she was named to be the most colorful member that's ever lived here by her contemporaries. And I'm trying to look for more information. I really couldn't find that much, but that's as far as I got. And she had a background in theater. So just as a symbol, as a nod to that, I wanted to commemorate the Olsner Mound in the background, represented the way that we see it now. So in the olden days, it probably was a bare mound. The mound she preserved was a ceremonial mound, whereas the one that was very close to it that was destroyed was a burial mound. Now it's overgrown with trees. There's stairs on it, probably made in the early 1900s. I wanted to represent it the way that it is now. And I'm symbolizing her personality with the theater masks, the classic, the theater symbol of the smiling and the crying mask. And then we have her portrait. And then that flows into the, so this is also a fun idea, because the commemorative steel, it kind of reads, it's so photorealistic, and it kind of reads just like a picture of landscape. It has the setting sun, it has a lot of detail. So what I wanted to do is kind of like spread it open and make it a vista of the setting sky, the water, then place all the, the manatees, the dolphins, whatever's on the steel, like have that wildlife, flow out of the water, and then you just circle a part of it, boom, that's the steel. So that was just a fun idea, and I think it could really work. That flows into more vegetation, and then we have a pelican that's prominently featured on the beach, and that last picture will literally be in the background of the beach and kind of organically flow into the bayou. And there, I found that that's probably the best placement for the Port Richey logo, which says the gateway to the Gulf. And you're literally like, looking over the water. So I couldn't really fit it anywhere else. I think that works.
Yeah.
And it also has a sun, so it's almost like the sun and the sky will be that. So I would paint it a little bit smaller. But of course, these are just ideas. And then, Sal, when I said goodbye to you, I was looking at the wall because I wanted to photograph it so I could make mock-ups. And I saw that it would make most sense to use this bare wall of the bathroom and really blow out that welcome sign, which is going to be so ornate and so beautiful, and make it bigger instead of having it hide at the very little wall behind it. So just an idea, but I think it would visually work. So then you would start the mural with just more vegetation. So it kind of like, it's just a visual, oh, there's a field and, trees back there. And then we go into the pricing structure. So we talked about how I usually present my clients with 3 levels of how complex things can go, just to give you an idea. So we have 3 tiers. The first one is quite basic, very graphic. The second one gets more nuanced. There's more detail. There's more colors being used. There will be more nuanced transitions from one panel to the other. And then we enter the third tier, which is really going for it visually, completely immersive, painted very realistically, lots of detail, lots of color. The materials don't really differ. So the material fee stays the same across the board because paint is paint. We need paint, and we also need a very good quality. It almost works like a SPF for the wall, a protective coat. And so, yeah, the materials are the materials. The tiers are delineated. There's a design fee, and then there's the mural execution fee. And that's pretty much it.
And the last page was a couple examples of your work.
Oh, these are just examples of my work, and the reason I provided these 4 is to kind of showcase my competence in building a comprehensive color scheme and composition, as well that my ability to work with large scale. And this is probably not the best picture, but it's this kind of Renaissance-like fresco on the ceiling that showcases my ability to paint very realistically, and also shows that I can work with different styles. So that's what I have.
I pass by this one every day.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, on alternate 19 every
I
day
have
going to
4
Clearwater.
murals on Alt 19, and they just
Really?
wave to them as I
Yeah, I was like, it looks so familiar, and I'm like, oh,
sweet.
This is
there's a
wonderful.
couple more over there.
yeah.
This is very good.
Yes, you like it?
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I don't know if the other artist is going to show up, but I think what we need to do is decide how we want to proceed, whether it be just Agata's proposal or if all people, the rest of the artists show up and give us their proposals. That will what's the so we're going to have to take it to council for their input, approval, which tier they would like to go to. I think. Well, what do you all think first before what?
I think we have to get 3 bids, don't we? So
Well, it all depends on how far you're willing to take it and how much council is willing to put into this project. Because the higher we go, then the chances of us having to go out to bid for this because of the amounts.
Yeah.
But what I think you should do first is if the other designers aren't gonna come to present, I would at least reach out to them, see if they can at least send you those proposals, and then present that to council.
Okay.
What I would consider doing though is, at the very least, maybe if you could provide an example of this without the pricing on it, so then you can explain to council how far in depth they want to go, what kind of feeling they want. Maybe at least show them the first page,
Mhm.
the idea of what she's presenting,
Mhm.
and get their input on that idea.
Mhm.
I don't want to set pricing and what if they really like this concept and want to move forward with this concept, then the thing is that okay, what do we got to do to work that out? And then that's a different subject altogether. So I think that you can. What I would do is collect the other proposals,
Mhm.
and then that's one discussion, and then this could be a second type of discussion to at least present to council, collaborate with the city manager, and say, is this the concept? Oh, is this what we're looking for? This is what we're looking for, and I think that's what you guys really should talk about tonight, if anything. Right?
Okay.
What do you like what she's presenting as far as the concept? Do you want to make any changes? And that way you have your groundbreaking layout of what this is going to look like.
Okay.
And then you can build on that.
Now, we did have a resident that approached me after the presentation to council that offered to donate some funds. Whether it be $1 or $30,000. I didn't discuss any of that with him. It was just, he came up to me, he liked what we were gonna do, and he offered. So if we get donations from 8 businesses, citizens, stuff like that, does that change the process in bids?
That's gonna be legal. We'd have to go and get involved in that. And the city manager would have to actually have that conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
And make sure what we're allowed to do, especially with receiving funds, donations,
Mhm.
how to apply those funds, everything like that. So that would be something you'd have to get
Okay.
into and look into to do that. Not to say that it can't be done.
Right.
It's just we want to make sure that we do it properly.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Always.
like a sponsorship.
Right.
Sponsorship.
Right.
Okay.
It can be something like that, but if it ends up becoming something like that, because it's not unheard of.
Mhm.
Other people have donated, things like that, art or whatnot to a structure. So this is not the first time we've heard of that, but we want to make sure that if we're going to do it, we just do it the right way.
I always want to do it the right way. That's why I asked you. Because there's no other way to do it.
I agree with Sal that when you present the art, don't present the cost.
Right. What I was thinking.
Because I want them to vote on what they really want,
Mhm.
and then what they really want, we'll figure out a way to pay for it.
Well, I was thinking, do we have a color printer, a copier?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can do that.
We could if we just do the first 2 pages,
I think it is helpful to.
and then the
also-
last page showing her.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, sweetheart. And the last page showing what she's actually done. Just take out this 3rd page, which has got the price and stuff on it.
Yes, or I can just provide you very quickly, even tonight, I can send it via email,
Oh, you can send it to Sal,
or send it to Sal, so I should send it to you. I
and you can send him the whole.
everything,
whole
because I
packet.
think it is helpful for them to know that it could be very simple and graphic or more complex. So the descriptions of the tiers are also helpful and the examples as well. Just erase the prices.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to do.
So I'm just gonna
That's what we
tweak this
want.
document a little
Okay.
bit and
Yes.
I'll send it over to you
Perfect.
tonight.
That would
Okay.
be perfect.
That'd be
Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you, Gata.
Thank you.
You have a couple questions? Please feel free.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to say I really appreciate all the research you did on this, and that
Oh,
the
this is just. I'm
the
sorry.
Osler Mound is like right next to me, and
She looks
apparently the burial mounds were under my house.
Oh, no way.
But it's interesting that you put this little hut on top of this mound with the Indians, because that mound used to have a little hut just like that.
Yes,
On
because
top.
it was a ceremonial mount.
Yeah.
So it depends
It's no
on
longer
what
there,
the keys were used for. And so if the chief would get to live on the mount, so when Three Peaks had flooded and we had a hurricane, he was okay, and all the plebeians, dealt with that. But yes, so the mound was a very prominent Yeah, I know, but I'm just scratching the surface here. So, like I said, I'm hoping to learn so much more because the woman who runs this workshop that I volunteered for tomorrow, first of all, I'm going to be able to hold actual artifacts, used by humans thousands of years ago, perhaps. And I'm going to ask all kinds of questions. And they want, because also, like, which period are we focusing on? So the Weedham Islanders specifically have lived, the estimates are from 300 AD to 1000 AD. So this would place them about 1100 years ago were the last tribes. So like which and how did the culture evolve? Did it change? And the archaeologists are learning new things all the time. So I'm going to the source literally tomorrow to learn more.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I brought to when we met with the guide, I brought the stuff that we all had, the pictures, and that's what I provided to her, and she took it and ran. She took it
It's
and ran.
awesome. It's really
But
good.
it was also very interesting because when I saw the wall, I visited before.
Yes,
when
you
gave me the address, and I already the moment I see, this is also how I approach my clients. Sometimes I just pass a place and I'm like, I can just see something on the wall, and sometimes my boyfriend gives me a nudge and like they need something on the wall, and I just don't have the vision. So I'm like, that's not my wall. Like I don't see anything happening. The way that I imagined this narrative, and I only had a few pointers from Linda of what they kind of wanted, the way it unfolded, and then the boards that Sal brought, it completely aligned. Like all of the elements even had the same similar placement. So it just made sense.
Yeah, Lori and I did the boards, so that
really?
yeah, we did the
It's a
boards.
lot
and-
better than what we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she says this is a lot better than you and I did. I said I know.
Although I saw your quilts and you are an artist, when you said that you were going to paint this wall yourselves, I was like, all right. And then I saw your quilts and I was like, okay, like you can do it, yeah.
No, this is fabulous. So, what do we have any questions or ideas or suggestions for change for any of this? You guys are also more than welcome to chime in. You're part of the audience.
I actually, if you can give me a separate proposal for the Olsner bathroom,
Yes.
because regardless, I just want to know what that's going to be, because one way or the other,
That's a good idea, Sal.
one way or the other, I think that should definitely go.
Yeah, good idea.
And let's
Great
try
idea.
to-
I had an idea because that would differ in price because of the scope. It's much larger, and then you have to paint on a different surface. So yeah, I can just send that to you as a separate proposal.
Yes, please. Yes, because right now, like I said, we're in the process of, we just finished the roof at Olsner Park,
Oh, did you?
the restrooms. The roof is done.
Good.
We have plans to redo the fence, and stuff, and some other aesthetics to the park. And
Mhm.
this, of course, was going to be like the grand finale. And
Yes.
we can do it like a grand reopening of the park. So we're still working on the aesthetics part changes throughout the park, but I did that to see that in the bathroom as you're pulling in would be amazing, just to start off.
Yeah.
What I started the thought, and then I never finished. I just went off somewhere else. Did you notice that the welcome to Olsner Park had, because it doesn't say to Martha Olsner Park, it says to Olsner Park. So it was a very popular feature in Victorian ornamentation is to have a little portrait or like the business owners. So when we had like a shield for a business, so I put her portrait.
I see that. Yes. Yep.
Just
I
so
love
that
that.
people know.
I think it should, yes.
That's her.
Yes. It's perfect. It's very good.
If I had to critique anything, I just don't know if we need both logos. We want to really
Is this
highlight
is
the
this logo
centennial.
going away?
It's not, the city seal will always be the city seal,
Okay.
more an official standard. So, of course, the clerk will use it to officialize documents, but
Okay.
the new brand that we've been promoting and letting
Which
citizens
is
know,
if,
that's what's going to be coming out. Is actually that sign is going to be changed to the new brand. The signs out front. We have a meeting this Tuesday to discuss the entrance signs to the city, which will incorporate the new brand. So that's what's going to actually be coming out soon. The city seal will always be in the code, will always be a seal, but on an official level. Just for dignitary or official documentation type of stamping type of use.
I really like how you used the Stilt House seal in this I
Yeah,
really
and-
like how you did that.
And I thought that maybe there would be like other silhouettes. You know, this is really just an idea.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I really like how it's not separate. It's included into the,
it's a part of
it's
the-
part of it.
And you know, this seal is
So I think that's
classic,
really nice.
But if you want to take out the logo or just switch something around, all of that is doable.
And then the only other thing I would recommend is maybe make the fishing, the shrimp boat a little bit more.
Yeah, that shrimp boat is good. We didn't even talk about that, I don't think. That
No, I
It
did
was
send her a
on the
picture of
board.
a
It was
shrimp
on the
boat.
Was it on the
Yeah.
board?
I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to
Fishing
make the
boats.
like a boat or something.
Yeah, okay.
That's indicative of Port Richey, the shrimp boat. So
Okay.
that's one of our.
There'll be a fleet because you know the wall is so much larger than the little pixelated
Yes.
Yeah,
window I had to draw this in. This is literally just to give your eye an idea of how it will flow and the narrative.
the pictures you used are so much better of Martha and Aaron Ritchie and
You know, because there's so many tools floating around, and you're always ending up at the same Facebook post. That's why it was helpful to go to the
Yeah.
Pasco Historical
yeah,
Society.
you did a lot of
Of
work
which
on
I'm
that.
a member now, and they're convincing me that I should volunteer, which I just might because it would be a nice, quiet afternoon.
Cool.
And I wanted, because you know, she lived a long and rich life. Like really, she really was one of those larger than life characters that just energy. That woman was energy and creativity, and I think all of us feel, most humans experience, we don't really feel the age we are. We feel, you know, when we were a little bit before we integrate into our new. So I didn't want to represent her as this. The picture I was given, she was this, you know,
Yes.
in the 60s, she was much older. But I wanted her more in the full of.
That's much better.
More vibrant. More vibrant.
I heard she used to ride her horse around town.
I want to hear.
She
all
had a
the stories
carriage
about
house
her.
and behind her house where the horses stayed.
I heard her house was filled with antiques and costumes and art from all over the world because her father was interested and he was an art collector. So she was just a very well-rounded, cultured woman that had an interest and zest in her life. And then it burns down.
Yeah.
Burned everything in it.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been a museum, no? That would
Yeah.
have- So thank you. I'm
You did a
proud
lot of work. It's
Yes.
really beautiful.
I really like it. I don't really have any suggestions, to be honest with you. I mean, what we gave her were our ideas from the committee. And you incorporated them, I think, really well into this. And
I like the storytelling.
Yeah.
That's the amazing part of the whole thing.
It's beautiful. It's a great job. You did a lot of work.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
just the beginning. I mean, you know, of course, if the city does go with me, then the whole process of the design will be really
more intricate,
much
more detailed,
in
yes.
depth, and there will be a lot of communication, and there's at least 3 major changes that the committee can imply. But I think if the direction is right already, I don't think there's going to be major changes. But
Right.
everything will be, you know, all the I's will be dotted.
Perfect.
Sounds great.
All right. I don't have anything else. What else should I?
Do you
Anything
guys
else?
have any recommendations?
Oh no, I love it.
All right. So what we'll do is Tuesday is the next council meeting. So I'll present at least this one, and we'll try to get the other proposals from the
Yeah.
other artists.
I'll call them. I will find out where they're at because they were both coming and they both were working on their project to
Yeah.
present. So,
So we'll at least
Yeah,
get
they
their
have it.
proposal, and then
they're
we
probably
can.
in Newport Richie, but I gave them the address. I said, how Newport Richie. And I bet
Oh,
you that.
listen, I was checking this date. I was like, please don't let it be the 7th.
That happened with our jump circle. They went to Sims Park, even though I gave them the address and
Really?
everything. Yeah, they went downtown first.
Oh. And so I'll bring this to city council. We'll get copies for everybody.
Well, let her send her
And I'll
Yeah.
a version without pricing.
Yes.
Yes.
And let's we recommend to do that version first, and then like
Yes.
I said, we'll talk about pricing.
Yes.
You know, and if you get the Lori, if you get the other ones, you know, before tomorrow
Yes.
night, let us just let me know,
Okay.
and you know, you can
I'll get them
with
to
me,
you.
pick them up, you know, and make those copies as well. So
Those are
If
my top
we don't
priorities.
get them, we'll put it off for another 2 weeks. If we still don't get them, then I mean we've given them sufficient time, right?
Are you going to put a sealant on this?
Yes, so that was included in the materials. There's a sealant. It's made. I just get everything in Venture More. I've had really good luck with them. They have the best pigments. Even without the sealant, the paints really last a long time. This sealant does have to be reapplied after a few years, but it gives you like at least up to 5 years of complete protection, and it acts like a sunscreen for the skin almost, so that the colors don't fade. And it protects it from the elements. This wall is lucky because it doesn't get full sun exposure from the south. It actually is located in central. I think it actually even faces north. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think so. Northeast, but it doesn't get that direct bombardment from the sun, so it should be okay. But it's always good. It's always a good idea to protect it. So that is included in the bid.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it very much, and we'll be in touch.
Oh, like is this how? I'm not sure what the procedure. Yes. I just send it by the end of tonight, so we'll have it tomorrow morning.
Okay. Want to come see? Want to see it?
So.
All right, so we'll move on to the next agenda item. You guys good? Any questions, concerns, anything, suggestions?
Oh, off topic, but I saw that the Nature Coast, the Chamber of Commerce is going to have a mixer at Cancun. And we wanted to have that type of thing, so why don't we join forces with them? Instead of having two different things, it's kind of the same.
Okay, so the next agenda item is meet your neighbor events. So that's what this is regards to.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you? I didn't notice the date.
It's next Monday, January 12th.
Want me to write to them and make sure that it's okay if we promote it as a meet and greet?
Can we do
COC
that?
also?
Can we
I missed the date and place.
Okay, the Cancun Beach on the 12th of next Monday, the January 12th. Just for Don, for your information, what we have done in the past for Meet Your Neighbor, just to start getting people together from different, you know your neighbors, but your neighbors across 19 or, in a different neighborhood. So we used to do Meet Your Neighbors we used to go to different businesses, restaurants, and they would put out chips or something like that, and then we all bought our own drinks and stuff. But it was basically just to get together, just to meet different people from different parts of the city. And so we did that every month for a long time. And usually we didn't do it in the summer, sometimes because it gets really hot, So we were revitalizing that.
Okay.
So we hadn't done that in a while.
I think it's great.
So yeah, and it was good. Sometimes we ended up with the same people, but every once in a while we would get new people to come out. So it was nice, and that way we got to introduce them to the city, to the different committees and stuff. If they had questions, usually some of the city employees, sometimes the chief would come up, or fire chief or city manager, stuff like that. Different people would show up.
Okay.
Uninvited. Everybody's invited, but like it wasn't like the city manager. We can do that. We can certainly change it to do that if we want to, highlight a department, but we hadn't discussed that in the past. So yeah, you want to reach out? It's Ronald
Yeah.
McDonald. You want to reach out to him?
I sure will. I mean, I wouldn't see why he wouldn't want it. I mean,
And it's okay to mix? The Nature Coast Chamber of Commerce, they're having a what they call it?
I think they're calling it a meet and greet.
The networking.
Networking, or should we keep it separate?
I don't see any conflict
Okay,
either way, but it's up to you.
because they're located in Port Richey. So
What time was this
A
again?
lot of networking groups will join forces, and it's usually a more successful meeting.
let me see if I can find it.
It's at 6.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And where's it going to be held?
It's in
Cancun
Cancun Beach Bar and Grills, 5330
The old Seaside.
Treadway Drive,
The old seats.
right next to Hooters.
You know that.
For us old people.
You said 6 p.m.?
6 p.m., 6 to 8.
I gave Don a heads up about this. You guys were thinking of a future boat ride, maybe it's two.
Mhm.
But on this, just if the elected officials, if there's more than one council member there, they've had their ethics training and their sunshine law training, so they know. Just I think you'd wanted me to check on that.
Yes.
Check with Nancy. They all know the rules and they just don't talk about
Okay,
pending
perfect. So more than one can attend, and we'll all be there. So I'm sure
Yeah.
if somebody breaks the
You
rules,
guys
somebody
can
will let
talk
somebody know.
politics, but they can't. So.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So we'll reach out to Mr. McDonald about Cancun Beach next Monday, and then we'll put it out on our website. Okay. Anything else about that? What about the next month? So we can start looking at February and March. Anybody have any suggestions?
I thought we were gonna do it like every quarter.
We can do it every quarter if you want. That's fine.
Yeah. I think
So
might
not
be better.
February, so March.
So if we this will be in January, so if we do it every quarter, then we'd be looking at April.
Right. Okay. So let me put that under long-term goals so that we can look at that next month. How's that?
Sure.
And then we can, maybe Christine and Rob will be here, hopefully, and then we can pick a spot then. April, we said. Okay. All right. We've also in the past, as the CAC, we would go to different parks in the city to do cleanups. We were looking at trying to consolidate it with the Clean Up Pasco. I could not find a specific date. The national date is Clean Up by July 4th. That's the only thing I had. I couldn't find a,
Well, there's one on March 17th.
but I couldn't find, I found that,
Tuesday, though.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we were gonna check that. Date.
Yes. And so I was looking at, all I can find is 2025 date on the Pasco site. And I cannot find a new date. And then there's a national date, like I said, it says by, yes, so,
So if you go to Keep Pasco Beautiful on that website, that's the one that handles their cleanups.
right.
March 1st.
Oh, geez, Louise, how come I couldn't find that?
Because it's not on. It's not through Pasco County. It's Keep Pasco Beautiful.
Oh, I was going through pascocounty.gov. Oh, that's, okay.
You want to go. You want to go to keeppascobeautiful.org, and they're the ones that manage the cleanups.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm glad you told me that. I really was going through Pasco County.
So we should probably do it on that date.
Yeah, that's a Sunday. Excuse me. So let's set it up. You want to set it up for the same day as Pasco County, so we're all on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn and Janet?
Yes. It's still 2 days.
What park do we want to tackle?
March 1st.
Well, the biggest park is Waterfront Park. So maybe we should
Start there.
start there. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people so that we can really tackle that park.
Because that's a job. We've
Yeah.
done that in the past.
We have done that in the past, and we went out 2x2s and all over the park, so yes. Is this one of your articles?
I think so.
Okay. Perfect.
Linda, give me a moment. I made a mistake
That's okay.
because we're in 26, not 25. Give me one moment.
No problem.
Oh, that's why I saw the date. It says March 7th.
It's March 7th.
If they're
It's
in their,
26.
yeah,
I had to read.
That's
I had to read
okay.
the paragraph.
they didn't change it.
They have to change it because
Yeah,
in the small paragraph it says March 7th, 2026,
yeah.
but the highlight says March 1st, 2025. I don't know why they have that. They got to change
That
that.
was a typo.
I was
So
confused.
right.
That's why, because I
remember
was
we found
quiet,
that
because
out
I looked and I
Oh,
was like, wait, but I'm like, maybe I
Okay.
didn't notice though the year. Yeah, March
Okay.
7th. So now we're March 7th.
Perfect. March 7th,
Waterfront.
and we'll do Waterfront Park.
Make a flyer for that. That'll be.
That, you will, Carolyn?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll
So
start
we'll get-
posting it now.
Yes, please do.
There's,
Perfect. And what time do we want to meet?
Um,
We've done 8 in the past. This way people can go on with their days. You know, we usually done by 10 o'clock, then people can go
Yeah.
on with their days if they've got something planned.
Can we put 8 to 10?
Yeah, that's fine.
End time,
Yeah.
8 a.m. to 10.
Just FYI, the
Well, they don't
event
know how to
committee
fix the
is planning
background.
a March 14th fishing tournament in the city down in,
It's a seafood festival and fishing
that'll
tournament,
probably
yeah.
revolve around Nick's Park for the boat ramp.
That's
but
March 14th
March
and
14th. So,
waterfront, and then yeah, the
timely cleanup.
fishing. I don't know where it's
I'm
going.
not sure. I'm not sure if it'll be using Waterfront Park or Nick's Park, but the events committee's working on that. So, but anyway, good timing to.
Yes, the festivals at waterfront, and then the fishing tournament. I don't know. I think they go out of Nick's Park. I think.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. But I know it's waterfront for the festival.
Okay.
Also, I'd request to council earlier, last year, just a few months ago, they requested that we do like a citywide cleanup.
Mhm.
Before Helene, we used to set up several dumpsters here at our public works facility yard, and people would bring like old stuff from their garage, things like that. And we did a cleanup like that. So we kind of want to bring that back since this hurricane season was very, very good to all of us in the community.
Yes.
So this spring we're going to do that, and when the public works director comes back, he's out on leave right now. When he comes back next week, we're going to start talking about dates on that as well.
Good. That was going to be one of my questions, so that's great because I got stuff to add to that pile. Hi. Are you one of our artists?
How could you tell?
I don't know. I'm Linda.
I'm
Come on
Rob,
up.
nice to meet you.
Come on up.
Clearly, I didn't get a chance to change. I've been like-
No, please. We're very informal here. No problem.
Okay.
You have,
Oh, sure.
if you have something to hand to us, that's fine, but otherwise you can just stand there, just give your name so that Carolyn can record it for the minutes and your business address or whatever. And,
Okay.
thank you for coming. We appreciate you coming up.
Again, sorry I'm late.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
fine. We appreciate you coming. Thank you, sir.
My name is Rob Sardella. I'm in Palm Harbor, 2815 Country Brook, M11 Palm Harbor, 34684.
Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome. So I'm here for the, I don't know if I pronounce it right, Oldsley Park?
Oldsner Park, yes.
Yes, okay. So the white wall
Mm-hmm.
is why I'm here. I have sketches to show.
Perfect.
So we can walk around.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know if anybody needed easels, so I brought easels out. I didn't know what anybody had, but you certainly can.
I'm a little more old school, so
I get you.
sketches. Okay.
That's great.
Rather informal, but
That's okay.
yeah. Gives you an idea.
You want to come over so that? Sure. You guys want to come? I'd love to.
Or we can pass them down.
We can pass them down.
So it's kind of a what they call mid-century modern, kind of a 50s.
Okay.
So the images are kind of almost on panels in a way, so that each one of them kind of tells its own story,
Okay.
rather than having an overload of images. I think if they're kind of sections, so they tell their own story, because I feel like each one of these has a story behind it, and rather than have again just an overload of images,
Mhm.
if they all have their own sort of section, it's like they tell their own story.
Okay.
So I kind of have them bracketed this way. So this is kind of what I consider the middle. There's a section in the middle where there's all the holes, and there's sort of a
Yes.
middle section, like the first thing that you see when you pull in, kind of thing. So that's what this one is.
Okay.
Go on to this one. So here's our Indian, and we have our what I'll call our four
Mhm.
people. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, so there is a unified color background, and I feel like these are a graphic to separate all these guys.
Mhm.
So again, we got the names of them down here, and even if there's a little blurb to tell about them, I think it kind of again tells a story rather than just showing a name and just a picture. No one knows who they are.
Right. Right.
So
Very nice.
thank you.
Very nice.
Uh,
Kind of partial to you, Matt. Me too.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
it.
you. And we have our Johnny Cash. We have our flag, our boy and a pole. and our fishing with our shrimp captain.
Cute. That's very cute.
Thank you. And the water, I had mentioned to Laurie real quickly,
Uh-huh.
we could run the water all the way across the bottom on both.
Mhm.
I don't have it necessarily on this part, but the other one I do. And this way, again, we can have our fish down here. We can put them
Mhm.
sporadically.
Yeah.
This particular one, I don't have the water across the bottom, but you get the
But
idea.
yeah, we get that.
Yeah.
This is just a rough sketch.
Absolutely.
This is not.
Exactly,
I
con-
understand-
concept.
Yes,
Of
yes,
course.
we understand that. Perfect, thank you.
There's that really cool kind of, I'm not sure what to call it, a top across.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
I love
the-
those
the-
things.
the
They're
bricks
like
sit
they're like
like that,
angled
yeah,
bricks.
yeah.
I love
Mhm.
that. So kind of have that be part of the graphic.
Okay,
You
cool.
know, so instead of just include it, I like the highlighting it and we're contrasting a color in
It's
there.
almost like a rope
Yeah,
braid type thing.
Yeah, you know, remind me of. I actually
Like a
brought this
frame.
up. Yeah, like a frame. But remember back in the day when you used to take those little gum wrappers and make little strings out of them?
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
They're folded up just like that.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
first
right.
thing I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
of,
yeah.
right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Right, right. And I had kind of an alternative one that I came up with. It was a little different, not so much with the 50s vibe, but just something again for that main.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, this way, like that it's like a moon shape, that crest that you have. So
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. And it's almost like a sun or a moon
Good,
back
good.
there.
I wanted to do that. I
Excuse me.
forgot.
Like it.
Thank you.
I like it very much. Very
Thank you.
nice.
Great use of color.
I
Thank
know,
you.
absolutely.
And this is kind of give you an idea of what my work looks like.
Oh, look how neat.
Thank you. That's a
Oh, that's beautiful.
that's an early learning center in Port Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I just go to show. So that's obviously my sketch, my concept, but this is what my finished work looks like. So
Very nice.
thank you.
Very, very
I
nice.
think it's a commit. I love it.
Yes.
They actually have the animals named.
Oh, do
They
they?
named them all. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so the
good.
kids have to look for them. It's kind of cool.
Good.
Yeah.
And did you have a price sheet?
I have a like a computer copy that I didn't get to print.
Okay. Then, yeah, just send it to my email and I'll give
Okay.
it to Linda.
Okay, that works.
No,
So what we're doing is, we have to bring this to council.
Sure.
We've got, obviously, we had 4 artists invited.
Yeah.
So you would have the second artist that showed up.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna see if the other 2 artists wanna, can those be put on,
Yeah.
some sort of like papers that
Definitely.
we could,
Absolutely.
okay.
she's taking pictures too. Yeah,
Oh, okay, good.
I'll take that.
If you'll allow me, I'd like to make some copies of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that
Because Sal
Of
can
course.
make a print, the
Yeah, let me try and
thing for the council,
take
because
them
this
from
has to,
there.
we're
Is
the
this all-
committee
Yes.
that's organizing this, but this has to go to council for their approval, for their input, for, they might wanna tweak it, add
Sure,
something,
of
delete
course,
something,
of course.
whatever.
That's to be expected,
Yeah,
sure.
so we're just like the preamble.
The
to
filter.
this- yeah, The filter, there you go.
The filter.
Absolutely.
Yes, the first
Very
filter.
Yes, so, and then he'll take that, and then we'll
Yeah.
bring that to council, whether it be this coming Tuesday.
Okay.
Whether or not we
Super.
have, but if you get the price sheet to
Yeah.
Lori, we're not going to give that to the council right away. Just,
Okay.
we want them to look at the ideas and suggestions and
Sure,
find out
Sure.
what avenue they would like us to go into.
And also everything's negotiable, obviously. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I had mentioned to Ari about the shower area that's
Mhm.
up there.
Okay,
It needs a little updating.
need a little help. They-
Yeah,
well,
we
they are, we are doing a total park renovation
Okay.
on all of our parks.
Okay.
They just put a new roof on Oldsmith Park. They are gonna be refurbishing that. I don't think they planned on touching those tiles that had, a mural on it from years ago. That was kind of like a historic type thing, and it kind of stayed kind of nice. So I don't know if the council made that decision, but it was kind of like in the thought process, from what I understand.
Okay. As to be expected.
But the bathrooms need help.
Well, when you look at the tile on the floor by the restroom, and then he sent me a picture of like a sea turtle. It matches that
It matches.
that floor.
Yeah, it
Like,
matches.
If you could,
It's
Really?
almost
if you
yeah.
could do
So,
like
so I
a
sent her
mural that
this.
extruded.
Oh my God! that's
You know what I
beautiful.
mean? So it really.
But show her the
yeah,
picture of
I was
the
gonna say
tile.
I've got
It's-
another one. This is one I just finished, and I saw this. I said that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
It's exact.
isn't it?
It's exact.
That's what the floor tile looks
Yeah,
like.
that looks beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so what we would like to do is, take this
Yeah.
to council for presentation, along with whatever proposals we get.
Okay.
And then,
Sounds good.
we'll go from there.
Sorry for the looseness.
No,
I'm not really a big.
you're an artist.
Well, everyone's
You're
going to these Procreate type things, and I like them, but I feel like they're almost too nice sometimes. And if you can't reproduce that image in the end, I start with this, and you see what the finish looks like. So
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's
I
gorgeous.
like working this way better.
Yeah, and if you can send us some examples of your work
Definitely.
as well.
Of course.
Then we can get that printed and also give that, for the same reason, to give that to council. This is a mock-up, but this is actually what it comes out to be, to look like.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you can send some examples of your work, that would be
happy
wonderful.
to. Yeah, happy to. I have plenty.
Is that good?
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I
Rob,
will,
we
uh,
appreciate
we'll
you
be in
coming
My
in.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I'll take a seat.
Yeah,
wait
well,
for-
yes, just take a seat and he'll make copies of that for you.
Sounds good.
And then, what is your email?
57. Heaven.
Kevin?
Like heaven above.
Mhm.
Airbrush. At Gmail.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to hit me at that, I'll send everything back to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Super.
Thank
you.
you so much. We appreciate you coming in,
Let me
truly.
write down the email, and I don't know if I have this text or his email. On brush,
No, airbrush.
Air-
57 heaven airbrush at gmail.com.
I thought he said Juno.
No, it's Gmail.
Gmail? Okay.
Sorry, it's my.
No, I got you. It was long distance over there.
It's late. I probably should have done this in the beginning.
Oh, that's fine.
Make
Oh,
life
thank
easier.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Perfect. Great. Thank you, Rob,
You're
very much.
welcome.
And thank you so much for taking your time to come out.
You got to see it now.
Yeah, see that? Yep. Okay, I was gonna wait for, well, I wasn't gonna wait. There was discussion about the fence at Olsner Park at the planning and zoning last week or 2 weeks ago. And it was kind of, I'll wait for Sal to come back and we'll talk about that. I don't know what they planned, I don't know what the ultimate decision was, because it was kind of with the park getting a mural on this side, from what I recall, it was going to be part like vinyl, then it was going to be this, and then it was broken up.
So that we can see the mural, right?
No, the other side,
Oh,
not the mural side, the other side of the park,
okay.
by the house,
Okay.
So let's wait till he comes back till we discuss that. So,
I know the fence, I just don't know the product of the fence.
yeah, because I mean, it would make sense to me, because when I was there looking at it, I'm like, well, that's going to be silly to have part of a fence, then we're going to use this fence that they already have, and then another fence. It's not contiguous. It's not.
It's gonna be like if somebody just threw it together.
Yeah, it's going to be broken up, and I don't know if it was a money thing. That's what I would need to find out, and I didn't ask Sal, so I didn't know if it was a financial issue, or I just think for aesthetics, we're putting all this time and money not only into a mural, but to making all the parks look nice.
Let's
And then
say we'll
just
let
ignore
somebody-
one wall. I mean, what, because of fencing? I don't know. It just seemed kind of silly to me. But that was a couple weeks ago, so I could be recalling it incorrectly. So let's wait for him to get that.
Somebody suggested that the city buy the house that's next to the park.
I mean,
It's
the
a
land.
vacant,
The land.
is it just
I
a
did see
vacant
that.
piece of land?
Mhm.
My husband grew up on a big lake in New Jersey, and they had a clubhouse for the kids where they had like arcade games, ping pong table, they had ice cream shop, that kind of thing. He had a great childhood. It's
Mhm.
just something nice to consider if we ever had the money for that.
Yeah.
At one time, we also looked at getting YMCA here in the area. They had already done studies that there is a need for one in this area, but they need the city
Oh, thank you very
to
much.
donate the land for that.
Thanks.
Oh, okay.
Better than my
Oh,
photos.
that came out great. Oh, yeah.
Well, I used a piece of white paper on the back, so
Yeah, no, that came out great.
Yeah, that's quality. Thank you.
Thank you. So I did have a specific question for you, Sal. The last thing on the agenda is the Olsner Park fencing opposite the mural wall. Was there a discussion in planning, I think it was planning and zoning, about that fencing, and it was gonna be like, what was the end result of that?
we had a proposal sent to council, I believe last month. They want us to do some tweaks to it. because they want us to utilize. We're basically going to use the same type of wrought iron fencing that's in the front of Waterfront Park.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is we got the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council working on a concept for our 4 main parks:
Mhm.
Nix, Brasher, Waterfront, and Ulster.
Right.
And what we're doing is that we want to start basically incorporating that same look at every park. So they stand out as Port Richey parks.
Yes.
So one of the things was we were going to do the same type of fencing that's in front of Waterfront Park at Olsner.
Mhm.
And we brought that to council, or the CRA board actually, because it's a CRA project. The board is going. Board asked us to do some tweaks to the proposal, and we're going to bring that back at the next meeting.
Okay. All right. So it's not because my recollection of it was they were going to use part of a fence, and then there was going to be a different part of a fence here, and then
What they want us to do is along the I would say southern side, there's a white vinyl fence, and they want us to run the wrought iron and meet up to the vinyl fence, and then at the very end towards the seawall start up again with the black iron. So basically incorporating that white vinyl fence, because in the board's opinion, why have 2 fences butt up like that?
Mhm.
But I don't know how it's going to, the final product.
Do we
is
own
going
that
to
white
look.
vinyl fence?
Huh?
Do we own that white vinyl fence?
No, that's the owner's property. That's the owner's
So if they
fence.
take down the white vinyl fence, then we have no fence.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So, and we tried to explain that to the board that the park itself should be fenced off.
Mhm.
It should be its own isolated area, but they want us to incorporate that for now, and then so that's what we're going to be bringing back to them, because they wanted to just cut the price of the proposal to for the fencing, but the fencing includes doing the whole front, redoing the whole front, doing the gate, and then running along that side. And but unfortunately, you'll have a gap between the where the white vinyl fence runs. So
That doesn't sound
We-
aesthetically pleasing to
For
my
anybody
eye.
who hadn't seen that council meeting, we
No.
proposed the full
We-
fence,
yeah.
and council thought otherwise, so we went back to the drawing board. But we can re-engage and make sure it's as aesthetic as the other wall across the way.
Well, as a citizens advisory committee, we can also, it's our job to make suggestions. They don't have to follow them at all.
Right.
That's
We can make
that's
that
fine.
suggestion.
We also have some leverage. I think the white fence, we can't find a permit for it, so.
That would be helpful.
Wow.
Don't look. No,
That's
I'm kidding.
different.
Just kidding. I'm really just kidding.
But it does make sense. How about if it comes down or a hurricane or something, then we're gonna have that gap. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't, and wouldn't there be a gap between both fences? Like that little,
There'll
nobody
be-
can fit through there though, right?
yeah, but what we're gonna do is basically we'll use a small section
Oh.
of wrought iron
Okay.
to like literally butt right up there. So it would go straight,
In,
then have a little turn to butt up to the fence, let the white fence run, then you'd come out just a smidge, and then continue downward. So it would kind of like straight indent, white vinyl indent, and then the rest raw iron. And I'm not a fan of that because, like I said, just the way it'll look. And then
yes.
if the owner decides to take his fence down just for any reason, if enough damage happens to it, he's like,
Right.
okay, well, I'm going to take my fence down, but not not build one for years. We're going to have that gap. So we would have to do it anyway, one way or the other. So
I mean, just for aesthetic, we're making the park look beautiful, with a mural, and we're doing the bathrooms and jazzing it up and doing it nice, and then
Yeah. It's
that
like,
doesn't make any sense to me personally.
We're tracking with you?
I'm sorry?
We're tracking with you? My mindset and his mindset, and I'm sure Sal's mindset is the same, so
Okay.
there's probably a re-engagement on our part that we want to do because it's
we have to put some vegetation.
it's in the possible.
Okay. And would the CAC as a not a motion but a suggestion, would that be something that you would suggest to council?
oh, absolutely.
Make
Yes.
a motion to
Because we'll bring
suggest
this conversation.
Yeah. So
revisit
so
the
the thing
fencing
is,
at Olsner.
so that would be a suggestion. I mean, that's one of our jobs is to make suggestions to the council as to what the citizens want. So that would be a suggestion from us.
And you got to present it how do you want to be viewed, you know, in your parks or representation of your town, your city, your
Absolutely.
community?
Because I would think that if they don't spend the money for the fencing, you would have to put some vegetation or something there so it doesn't look odd. Some small hedge or something so that it doesn't.
I would just go with the fence so
I
that it's
would
all
too,
continuous,
yeah.
because that person, the fence should come down for any specific
For
reason.
security
so-
reasons
yeah.
and stuff, yeah. I agree.
Okay. All right,
Just odd.
that's all that's on the agenda. Does anybody have any suggestions, ideas, comments? Nope. Anybody up here, including you three gentlemen? Any ideas, suggestions, comments?
Great meeting.
Okay. We're good for a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Meeting adjourned.